Iron Maiden. We all know them. One of the best and most iconic heavy metal bands of all time. And if you've been watching my channel, or been looking at my shorts or anything, you know that I'm a huge fan of Iron Maiden. So I thought, to give myself a break from all the long form compilation content videos that take like 5 years to come out, I thought I'd do something that's never been done on YouTube before, which is a ranking of all the Iron Maiden albums. No one has definitely done that before. I'm definitely the first to do this, 100%. So let's start. Okay, first of all, we have Iron Maiden from 1980, I believe. So I won't do this for all the albums, but a little backstory for this one. While Bruce Dickinson is like the lead singer that everyone knows of, they actually had a different lead singer first, which was Paul Di'Anno. And Paul Di'Anno, a lot of people don't like his sing voice. I honestly love it, and I love this album. This is like, in my opinion, one of the greatest debut albums of all time. Now, if I was to pick one problem with it, I'd say that because it is the first, the production and the actual sound of it is a bit like rough around the edges. But in terms of actual songwriting, 8 songs all go incredibly hard as well. Prowler, Remember Tomorrow, Running Free. Fan of the Opera is probably like objectively the best one, but I think my favorite song on this album, which is also my favorite Iron Maiden song of all time, is Strange World, which is just, if you haven't listened to it, please do so. So with the first one, I'm considering, objectively I do believe it's probably in the great to good category, but if we're going off personal opinion, I'd probably put this as one of my favorites. Sure, it has some problems. Charlotte the Harlot is like a bit weaker compared to the other tracks, but I still love it. Okay, so next, this would be the last album they did with Paul Di'Anno, and I think this was 1981? About a year later, which is Killers. This album is much more groovy and the production is a lot better. With that said though, I don't prefer this to the original, based on 2 things. The original had like amazing songs, and the quality was so evenly spread out from all of it that it was just an amazing album all around. Killers definitely has a lot of highlights. The title track is like the best song in that whole thing. Murders in the Rue Morgue, Wrathchild, and the Ides of March. Genghis Khan, I can take or leave. But the thing that really drags this album down for me is that the last track, Drifter, is, I just genuinely don't like it. I don't like it, it's just very basic. Purgatory I also didn't used to like, but I've come around to it. Another Life, Innocent Exile, those are just pretty like weaker songs compared to the heights that the album reaches. So I'm thinking, I think it's better than good. I'd go great. I think this is a great album, but if Drifter wasn't a part of it, I think I would love it even more. It could even be here, but as of now, it's just gonna go there. Okay. Now we have what many consider to be the best and easily the most iconic album, which is Number of the Beast. This came out 1982, I believe, and this is the first album that they had Bruce Dickinson, the singer, on, who's also a part of a heavy metal band called Samson that he left to join them in this. And this is like, I don't even have to explain it. This is easily their best album of all time. Each song is like banger after banger. Invaders, amazing. Children of the Damned, Prisoner, 22 Acacia Avenue. There's not a single bad song. A lot of people say Gangland is the weakest, which I have to agree with. But even with that said, Gangland is still like a really good song. I don't need to speak of this anymore, but I mean, I even bought a vinyl version of Number of the Beast that I have with me right now because I love this album so much. So yeah, going into S tier. Then after that, we would have Peace of Mind in 1983. This is when their like iconic drummer Nico McBrain came in, and you can really tell like the drumming's been like updated. It's just, again, this is just a great album. Well, I don't think it's like as good as this, mainly because the second half isn't as strong as the first. But still, great songs all around. Would I put it above Killers? I personally love Killers more, the style, But I think objectively, Peace of Mind. No, you know, I think they're on par with each other. They both got weaker tracks, but of course this is also the one. You have The Trooper, which is the song. I mean, it's like in shows and Stranger Things now. Like that, everyone knows The Trooper. It's their most popular song. So far, great. What's something I will say about the early catalog? They do not miss. Like, it's incredible how good of a run they had. And that doesn't stop. The next one, Power Slave. I can't remember the year it came out, but this, a lot of fans of Iron Maiden actually put this above Number of the Beast, and I can see why. But for me, it's just slightly below. Rime of the Ancient Mariner, I know like everyone loves it. I do as well, but I don't love it as much as everyone else does. But still, this very clean aesthetic, great drumming, great guitar riffs. 2 Minutes to Midnight, probably one of their catchiest and most well done songs they've ever done. You have Aces High starting it off. The Duelists, Back in the Village. Back in the Village, I kind of find iffy because I just think it's like pretty much the same as Flash of the Blade, but I think Flash of the Blade's much better. And I don't know why, but the rule for this album is the middle of it just has like the coolest guitar solos you'll ever hear. It's just so great. I love Power Slave so much. But I think Number of the Beast, I think, is still their best album of all time. Though I'm not mad if someone would put Power Slave above it, I understand. Next, we have Somewhere in Time. Another great album. A lot more power metal-y. You have a lot of great songs. Heaven Can Wait is my personal favourite out of this entire album. Just so catchy. I love the aesthetic. And also, album covers. This is like one of the best. They never miss. Even if the album is like terrible or bad, the album covers still like go hard. Besides one. So where would I put Somewhere in Time? I think I put in Great. I don't love Alexander the Great as much as other people, but still. Like, just great album. There's not a single bad song. Stranger in a Strange Land starts off with this really cool electric bass part. It's already been said. I would actually, I'd put this in S tier. Just below. I personally like. You know what? Hot take of the video. I'm putting this above Power Slave. I just love this so much. Objectively, I do think Power Slave is better than this, but it's my list. So, and then, Jesus. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Actual masterpiece. There's nothing else that I can say that hasn't been said already. A band that just like changes its style with each record. This one being the most different. You've got Can I Play With Madness? The Clairvoyant. Clairvoyant, yep. Now that I think about it, probably in my top 10 Iron Maiden songs of all time. This is from beginning to end. You have Moonchild, Infinite Dreams. I don't love it. But it's not that I hate it in any way, I'll still listen to it. But if I'm like listening for the album, I'll definitely skip that one to go to the other ones. Even the title track, it's just this great big choir. It's great. Unfortunately, after this would come No Prayer for the Dying. Now to add a bit of context to this, at the time, most of these albums were taking place through the 80s. And in the 90s, you really got to have this more... There was this emergence of like death metal and more like fast-paced metal stuff, and a lot of the older bands like Iron Maiden tried to adapt to that. And while bands like Judas Priest with Painkiller definitely like adapted in the correct way, Iron Maiden unfortunately did not. This is a pretty terrible record, like album. I don't think I like any songs. The only time, Holy Smoke, the beginning riff is pretty cool, but then like the lyricism is just so corny. I still laugh every time I hear the flies around shit, bees around honey, holy smoke. Like, I just can't explain it. This album it's bad, which is just a shame because, like, I don't know how to explain it well. The beginning riffs on like songs like Mother Russia and Holy Smoke are good, and then the rest of the song just kind of drags. Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter, I think, won an award for worst original song. Would I put it in bad or Life is But I completely forgot about this. I made the garbage tier, Life is But a Dream, then reference to the Avenged Sevenfold album. Because as if I haven't trashed on that album already. Do I think it's as bad? I think there's some stuff to like, but I just put it as it's pretty bad. Album cover's cool though. I can appreciate them going for a more horror-y type of feel. This is probably the most divisive album they have next. Fear of the Dark. Speed metal. Kind of a slower, more methodical pace, I guess, the songwriting. A lot of people either like think this is in like S tier or they just hate it. Personally, I just think it's good. Weekend Warrior is like the most basic song I think I'd ever hear in my entire life. Personal favorite in this album, probably Afraid to Shoot Strangers. I love that song so much. Even the title track, Fear of the Dark, Wasting Love. There's still a lot of stuff to do, but it honestly just doesn't compare to all these rest. So I'm gonna put you in the good tier. Okay, next one. No, that's Virtual 11. This is... What is the name of this album? I'm just trying to think. X Factor, there we go. So, at this point in time, Bruce Dickinson left the band, and we had a new vocalist, Blaze Bayley, which, as much as I hate the Blaze Bayley era of Iron Maiden, he's not a bad singer. He's quite good, actually. It's just, his voice doesn't suit this, and he's just very much trying to, like, appease to, like, he's trying to be the next Bruce Dickinson, which is a shame, because I think on his own, he's actually, like, a great singer. So, Factor X, or X Factor. This is actual garbage. There's not a good... The mixing is terrible. All the drums, all the guitars sound muted. The only song I think I've ever added from this entire album is Falling Down, and that's just because it's so funny and terrible. Yeah, completely garbage. I can't believe... Same people made a number of... I get why, because Bruce left, and there's all this stuff. And then you have Virtual 11. It's also terrible. But the only reason it's slightly above X Factor is because all the songs are, like, funnier. The Klansman, Como Estas, whatever the fuck that song is. Lightning Strikes Twice. This is just a pretty bad album. Though I will say, Future Real kind of goes hard, even if the production isn't the best. Okay, so after these two abysmal albums, we would have a bit of a break, and they would come back in the year 2000 with Bruce Dickinson in one of the greatest, like, comeback albums of all time, Brave New World. This goes in S tier. This is a great album. Amazing. Out of the Silent Planet was, I think, the single for this, which I don't think is the best song, but it's great either way. Wicker Man, everyone knows that one. It's so catchy. Blood Brothers, like, top 5 Iron Maiden songs of all time. I love Blood Brothers so much. The vocals just amazing. I don't know how to explain, like, the style for this, but I just love how the guitar and the drums sound. It just sounds very different. Each Iron Maiden album, maybe besides this one, like, sounds different for the rest, which I love. And it's such a refreshing to go from this to this. So yeah, Brave New World. Why'd I put it above... Actually, no, I'd put it above Somewhere in Time. I'd do that. Dream of Mirrors. Nah, pretty good song. Then we have one of the worst album covers I think I've ever seen in my life. Oh! Dance of Death in 2003. This horrible... I can't even get into the album cover. You can see for yourself. It's pretty terrible. But where would I put this? I'd probably put it in good. I don't think it's great. Album cover aside, Dance of Death is a great song. Passchendaele is pretty good. No More Lies and Rainmaker. And everything else in the album is just sort of like, I could give it a take. But yeah, Dance of Death. Sounds very similar to Brave New World. So it's not like completely original, but much more acoustics in this. So yeah, this is a pretty good album. Then 2006, I believe, we have A Matter of Life and Death. This album is underrated. Most underrated album ever. This album's great. Well, I do think there are a few weak songs. Different World and For the Greater Good of God are like genuine masterpieces. I love this album. Even the album cover. Even though I will say, all these three, Dance of Death, A Matter of Life and Death, and Brave New World, sound very similar in style. It's still great. I love this. It's just so good. Then I think 2011 or 2013 we would have The Final Frontier with an album cover that could almost, not quite, could almost rival Dance of Death in quality. Where would I put this? I think for now it's going in the mid tier because a lot of the songs do drag a lot, and at this time Iron Maiden, which is a problem they'll have in later albums as well, is that their songs just really like drag and just have to go on forever for no apparent reason. The intros are great on this. Where the Wild Wind Blows is just a pretty good song. I mean, it's understandable why it's so long, like it makes sense. Coming Home's pretty good. El Dorado. The rest, again, it's just like, I don't know, I wouldn't even put it in bad, but I don't think it's as coherent as other albums. So yeah, Final Frontier is mid. I'm sorry. And now for the most mid album of any album ever, Book of Souls. This thing is forgettable, but not in the bad way. Every song is just forgettable. Empire of Clouds, their longest song to date, is on this. 18 minutes. Why do we need an 18-minute Iron Maiden song? It's so mid. Even the album cover, even though it's not like offensively bad as Dance of Death, it's so generic. I genuinely, I have no words. Because I'd like to love this album a lot more, but I just can't. It's just so like middle of the road. And then we have our last one, which came out recently, I think 2021, Senjutsu. This, I think, has the best Iron Maiden cover in a while. I mean, the competition wasn't like too great. But this one's also kind of divisive. I know people hate this. I see why. Like, the production is slow, meandering. You can really tell that they're aging. But personally, I love this album. I think it's good. I wouldn't put it above Dance of Death. But I think this is a good album. The Writing on the Wall. Great music video as well. It's like one of the best animated of all time. I always go back and watch that video because it's so good. Personal favourite song, which might be in like my top favourite Iron Maidens, is Days of Future Past. It's such a great song. Again, they really suffer from making each song go for like 10 minutes. You got Death of the Celts, which would be fine as like a 4-minute song. Goes on forever, but so there it is. There's a list. All of it. Iron Maiden. Done. Thank you for watching. If you want me to rank more stuff, if you want to leave comments about how terrible my takes are, then please do so. But this is the list as of now. See you in the next one.